Hey, what's up guys? I'm Ryan from American Trucks, and today I'm here with the BAK Industries Revolver X2 roll-up tonneau cover fitting your 2015 to 2018 F150 with a 6.5 foot bed. This is going to be for anyone looking for a unique cover to not only add some style but maximum protection. This cover has a sleek and low profile design, and it allows you to roll it completely up, providing maximum access to the bed without blocking your rear window. Now this has patented rotational locking rails and can be unlatched with one hand by pulling a release cable. Now this is made of sturdy aluminum and can hold up to 400 pounds, and the premium vinyl finish is going to keep water out of the bed and the aluminum slats. Now this is fairly light when compared to other options, and it comes as a complete kit ready to install. Now like I said, it is a clamp-on design, so there's no need to drill or cut to install this, and it comes with a great 2-year warranty. Now this is one of the more expensive options on the site at just over $900. However, I think you're getting the maximum protection with this cover versus other options. As far as install goes, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 3 wrenches, since you can install this in about an hour using simple hand tools. Now with that being said, let's hop into the install. So the first thing we're going to need to do for this install is install a foam seal at the back of the bed just below the windshield on our truck. Now, if you have a drop-in bed liner, you're going to use a 1/4 inch seal that's provided. If you don't have a bed liner, such as this one, we're going to use the 3/4 inch seal. You're going to want to wipe this surface down with isopropyl wipe or an alcohol wipe. This is going to rid the surface of debris and contaminants that's going to keep this from sticking. So we're going to take our wipe this down, and get our seal installed. So we're going to peel the backing off, and then start at one side and just apply it along this edge. So after we install that seal, we're gonna start with our passenger side bed rail. Now you're gonna want this flat side to stick up, and this aluminum bracket is gonna face the front. If you have a drop-in bed liner, you're gonna wanna pull this seal off of the front end. This will allow it to slide forward a little more. The next thing you're gonna wanna make sure is that this edge is flat. If this edge is not flat, then you're gonna need to shim it, and the manufacturer provides you with shim instructions and shims. So you wanna take a look at that. We have a flat edge, so we're just gonna install this and get our clamps on. So we're gonna start here at the front with our first clamp, and we're gonna measure back from the bed about 6 to 9 inches, and then we're gonna place our first clamp on there. Now we're gonna face the nut outwards, and these teeth, we're gonna make sure that they sit in this edge rail up in here. So I'm gonna place that all the way up in, and we'll tighten it down, and then we're gonna use a 9/16 wrench to tighten that up just a little bit. So we're gonna start back here and do our rearmost clamp. So we're gonna measure, same thing, about 6 to 9 inches back. Now when you tighten these up, you wanna make sure that they are square and not crooked or anything, because you want these teeth to sit in these aluminum fins up in here so they don't slide around. Next, we're gonna do our middle one. So you're gonna pick a good spot, about halfway, tighten that clamp that clamp on. So we're gonna do the same thing for the other side, following the same procedure that we did for the previous side. So after we have our rails installed, the next thing we're gonna do is install our tonneau cover on the back of the truck, and then we're gonna roll it forward. So I'm gonna get someone to help me pick the other side up while we put this on. Laying it ever so gently on your rails. So after you have it all rolled out and you remove your packing material, we're gonna roll this back up to the front so we can get the bolts installed in the front. So after you roll this up, we're gonna peel this section back, because we're gonna need to insert bolts into these slots. Now using the provided bolts, we're just gonna take these, and we're gonna stick one in this slot and one in that slot. We're gonna do the same thing for the other side. And now the reason we're doing this is because these are gonna hold the bolts in place for when we lay them down through the brackets and install the nuts. So we're gonna roll this back down, and we're gonna line these bolts up with the slotted holes in that aluminum bracket so that they can drop down through. Once they drop down through, we're gonna go underneath and install our washers and our nuts. So once you crawl underneath, we're gonna install our rubber washer, our flat washer, and then our nylon locking nut. Once you have those nuts on, we are going to use a 1/2-inch socket to tighten these up, just to snug them a little bit. Not gonna fully tighten them yet. Gonna do the same thing for the other side. So the next thing you're going to do is roll this all the way out. Before we roll that all the way out, you want to make sure that this vinyl edge back here for the tonneau cover is lined up with this rail. Once you have that set, we're going to roll this the rest of the way out and then make sure our back seats properly. So you want to make sure that the tonneau cover is square and even on the bed, and that these latches here line up with these brackets and are square. Once everything checks out, we're going to go ahead and roll this back up and finish tightening those nuts. So to release this end, we're going to pull on these cables here on both sides, and then we'll just roll this back up. So the next thing you're going to do is roll this cover all the way up, because we're going to attach this strap. Now this has the same style clamp that we attached to our bed rail, and is actually going to go underneath of here. You're going to attach this underneath about as close as you can to this, and then that's going to wrap around and buckle in. It's going to keep that rolled up. So we're going to do the same thing we did for putting the other clamps on. We're going to insert this up into the rail, making sure that these teeth lock in, and then we're going to go ahead and tighten that up using a 9/16 wrench. So next, with the cover rolled all the way up, we're going to attach these foam bumpers onto these metal slots. Now these are in case you roll this all the way up and it decides to contact the window, it's not going to scrape or break it. So we're going to peel this 3M backing off, and then we're going to push this up against here and get an idea of where to stick these on. We're going to attach one over here. We'll do another one up from that. You're going to do the same thing for the other side. So just follow across on here. We'll attach a bumper onto there, and then one on the rail above it. So that wraps up my review and install. For more videos like this, check us out at AmericanTrucks.com.